Mfuyolwethu Reoagile. Welcome to the very first episode of the Reoagile Rising Podcast, where we just talk about general things related to writing, freelancing, parenting, and everything and anything in between. So I just had an idea to start this series where I talk about one of the programs that I use on a daily basis. Maybe I will discuss a few that I use on a daily basis as a content creator and as a writer and as a mother, of course. So today I'll be talking about Canva. Canva is a very interesting platform that is highly accessible and really has simplified graphic design, especially graphic design within the ecosystem of teams that create content, especially on digital platforms. Now on Canva, you can do a variety of things, and today in particular, we will be talking about creating a CV or a resume in Canva. In later episodes, we'll talk about bumping up your social media visuals with Canva, creating presentations with Canva. We'll also talk about creating things like catalogs in Canva to profile a range of products or services that you might have. But for now, let's just begin with talking about Canva's background. Canva was actually established in Australia, and it launched way back in 2013. Personally, I started using Canva around 2016. Canva has grown quite a bit. It was established by a lady called Melanie Perkins and Cliff Obrecht, I hope I'm not butchering his surname, and Cameron Adams. And later on, Guy Kawasaki joined the company as the chief evangelist. I have no idea what that means. However, in 2015, Canva for Work was launched. And this it focused on marketing materials. Canva in this process has made a lot of money through paying subscriptions. And it's been very, very successful to a point where, it's pivoted into other areas. Like you've got Canva for Educations, which is a free product for schools and educational institutions. They have partnerships with FedEx. And it's just a company that has grown. However, in 2019, there was a huge data breach where over 139 million users were hacked. So be careful with your data on Canva. However, Canva was quite swift in resolving the problem. And I actually do recall getting my password reset during that time. Now, it's the company itself has been acquired by Ztings for an undisclosed amount. Now, I can imagine that Canva is a highly, highly valuable product at this point, and the way in which it has grown has been very, very impressive. So I think that it's no surprise, that it would be acquired. Canva has simplified the difficult parts of the design process, and I know that there has been, a theory that, apps like Canva essentially steal work from graphic designers. Now, I'm a writer, so I cannot speak for graphic designers, but as a writer who runs my own business, and I don't necessarily have a budget for graphic design, it is quite challenging, for me to pay a graphic designer, and so I think that, I think that if you are not visually inclined, Canva is a very good platform to sort of get like a very basic thing together, But I mean, I would, venture out to say that graphic designers can also use Canva, to make their money. And if graphic designers or digital artists are feeling that Canva, is stealing from them, then it's also maybe time to consider diversifying one's portfolio and venturing into other areas of work, and perhaps seeing even just what types of income can be made from platforms like Canva. Perhaps that also can be an additional episode that we'll explore, So I think that, for things, for the most basic of visual things, Canva is ideal for that, and it really does save small businesses a lot of time and money, and I think that part of the reason why Canva has grown so exponentially is because it's accessible and the barrier to entry is very, very low. Like, all you literally need is a working computer, working internet connection, and that's that on that. You have a very powerful design software at your fingertips, Now, do I recommend Canva for everyone? I don't know, my daughter, who is 8 years old, has started messing around on Canva. So I initially think that if you have a good sense of computers, how a computer works, and Canva is becoming simpler and simpler by the day. The tools are becoming simpler. The measuring tools are becoming so much more better. There's even now a video editing feature. So, and they are soon going to introduce documents to Canva. So it's really just, becoming the go-to software. So let's talk about rewriting your CV or your resume in Canva, depending on which part of the world you are. Some of us call them CVs. Some of us call them resumes, right? Now, Canva, I think if you are in a junior to mid position, I think Canva can be a great way to, display your skills. I'm not really sure about executive, because I think executive is very content heavy. And Canva resumes are very visually focused. So I would also venture to say that perhaps if you are in the arts, or you are in, perhaps you're an art director, copywriter, something that will require you to perhaps infuse your visual, your visual stuff. If you're a model as well, or you're applying for like branding positions, it's it really gives you that room to play around with, but as well, you also don't want to use too much visuals, right? If you are, say, applying for a sales job, you don't want a visually heavy resume or CV. And this is something that I will perhaps talk about in my other content, and something that I do write about for one of my clients, which is really making your resume or CV responsive to application tracking systems, right? Which is really an automated system. Most CVs go through in the application process. They are not seen by a human eye, before they are like scanned by a machine. So because of this, you need to make sure that you are saving your documents in PDF, right? Now, signing up for Canva is very, very easy, and you can connect through your Gmail account. And the first thing that you would do when you open Canva is you would go and choose a template for your resume, okay? Then an additional app that I would recommend adding is Grammarly, because Canva does not have outside of your browser, Canva does not have the same capabilities as, say, Google Documents or Microsoft Word, which is to edit your text, right? So have an app on standby like Grammarly to help you with to help you with grammar and spelling, because that is very important. However, I do recommend that you perhaps first write your text in a actual Word document or Google document and then come back, right? As you tweak the design, you need to think about making your design printer friendly, not just ATS friendly in case somebody prints it. So you don't want to make it too heavy on the colors, unless of course you are just full on making your portfolio. I think it would be understandable if your portfolio has color and photos and this and that. But if this is just specifically a resume for a receptionist job, you want to make that thing black and white, with a white background, or you are having like subtle colors, subtle blues, but do not have heavy background colors that are going on. If you want to have a color, perhaps choose a very, very light color, but keep your text very clear. Don't use funny colors like magenta or crimson. Please, let's stick to, let's say, like a good decent palette, black, white, grays, and if you venture out, perhaps you could have like blue, a dark red, but keep your design as simple as possible. And as I mentioned before, when you are done with your document, you should download it as a PDF, right? And the final step is to start applying for jobs with your new document. And so really, I really hope that this is in one way or another helpful. If you would like to book a session with me to go over your CV or resume, please just feel free to contact me. If you would like me to rewrite your CV or resume for you, you can just get in touch with me. My contact details are available where contact details are available or wherever you are listening to this on. Wishing you a lovely and productive day ahead. Subscribe. Thank you.